The playoff push continues, everybody. Let me get a quick save in there, too, because I don't think I did that. I did not, so always be careful to save back in the day. We eliminated the Vancouver Canucks. We await to see who our second round opponent will be. I intentionally did not look at the playoff bracket because I thought, oh, what the hell, we're going to be out in the first round anyway. So who the hell cares? But now we actually get to care about what the bracket may look like. And our opponent, oh my God. From one buzzsaw to another, it's Chicago. As you get a look there at the first round in the Western Conference. Bad news bears for us. Then you got to look at the Eastern Conference side of things. The Winnipeg Jets in the East, of course. At least for this video game. Next year it would be fixed, I believe. But because they did technically spend time in the East. All right, Chicago. What do you look like? What do you look like? And you know what we got to do. We gotta put up a prediction here, right? We got to do it. Let's get that prediction live. Chicago looks like this. Patrick Sharp, Jonathan Toews, Patrick Kane, Brian Bickle, Dave Bolin, Marian Hossa, Dan Carcillo, Michael Frolik, and Jared Bowl, Rostislav Olesh, TJ Hensick, and I'm not sure what Smith that is. It's like Brendan Smith. It's not Brendan Smith, I don't think. Sniper. Ben Smith, probably. Defensively, Brent Seabrook and Duncan Keith, Curtis Foster, Nick Hjalmarsson, Ryan Stanton, Chris Campoli. The goaltender, Corey Crawford. Yikes. Yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes. That's, We're in big trouble. But hey, we at least made it to the second round. Anything's possible, you never know. It is game number 1 in Chicago. I'm not going to make any changes to our lines. Why the hell would I? First period, 1-0 Chicago, Nick Hjalmarsson. Second period, 1-1, Andrei Loktionov. We head to the third. In a currently tied game, Chicago wasted a power play. Power play for the Blue Jackets also goes to waste. Loktionov scores again. The Blue Jackets are 5-0 in the playoffs. And they take game 1 from Chicago. What the fuck? Andrei Loktionov. Steve Mason. It's okay, AJ. God damn it. We are 5-0 in this postseason. Game number 2. When will the run end? Yeah, you're right, too. The game-winning goal was scored from the worst angle possible. Goodness, goodness. First period of game 2. Oh, my God. Okay, well, we had fun here, didn't we? We had fun. It was a good run. It was a good ride. Let's go home. Hossa, Smith, Bickle. 3-0 after the first period. Second period. 4-2. David Jones and Nino Niederreiter for us. But Jonathan Toews puts him back up by 2. So not looking too good. Toews makes it 5, and Chicago with that has more goals than I believe the Canucks scored in the entirety of the series against us. Brassard makes it 5-3, and it's too little too late. Chicago hands us our first loss of this postseason. Jonathan Toews leading the way. And the series is now 1-1, which, hey, does still mean, and we did put up a lot of shots, it's true. It does still mean, though, that we took advantage of the beginning of the series. We won a game on the road. Apparently, David Savard, yep, David Savard's hurt. That's not good. That's not good. Well, Jared Tenorti, come on down. We'll go best lines again. Jared Tenorti will be on the third pair with John Moore. So, that's not ideal. Especially after losing the prior game. It is game number 3. Second round matchup. First period, 1-0 Chicago, Dave Boland. Second period, still 1-0. So we go to the third. Patrick Kane makes it 2-0. It's not looking too good. 4.5. Chicago wins their second game in a row. It's a 27-save shutout for Corey Crawford. We were allowed that little bit of hype and that little bit of hope in game number 1, and now it's being crushed. I don't feel good about changing the lines after prior success, but I feel like we have to. Let's bump up Niederreiter and Saad. Let's go with a combination here. Lokhtianov, Couturier, Johansson, Mayorov, Mahler, Karan. I feel better about those lines there, just to try something different. I mean, Leddy and Schultz is still our top pairing. Good Lord. How did this team make the playoffs? That is a lovely, lovely question. We go to game number 4. We need a win here, or it's pretty much series over. First period. Whoops. I'm used to modern buttons. First period. Shout out, though. First and foremost. Whoa. Mr. Pete Blackburn. What's going on, my friend? How are you? How was the stream? It's good to see you back streaming, by the way. I hope it went well. It is lovely to see you. What were you up to tonight? In case I missed anything. Thank you for the 25 months as well. My goodness. And to most people here, I'm not going to need to be like, hey, Pete. You're going to know him anyway. But hey, Pete, go follow him. Do it. Okay, cool. The shout-out thing's still broken in terms of what you were playing. Well, Pete, I'm going to need info if you got the time, buddy. I'm going to need info. As far as I know, it was some Ishel. Just Ishel? Okay. I was going to say, I didn't know if you had any plans for franchise. I saw you mention franchise on Twitter in terms of sticking with 23, which is a very, very good idea, by the way. Very good idea. All right, let's get this ass kicking over with. Everyone coming over from Pete's. It's NHL 12. We are trying to rebuild the Blue Jackets. Somehow we made the playoffs as the 8th seed on the last day of the season to sweep the number 1 seed Canucks in the first round. A little bit of Tampa flair to that particular series. And I imagine it's Legodini. Let me know if I'm wrong. Thank you for the follow. We are down 2-1 in this series and probably screwed, but hey, at least we made it to the second round. First period is goalless. They more than doubled us up in shots. A lot more, actually. Second period, yeah, it's done, man. We just don't have the team to compete with them. Not even close. Kane and Taves. Yeah, this is going about as I expected. To be honest, it's going better than expected because I thought we were going to get swept, and we did win game 1, but we are done. We are dead in the water. Scott, what's going on, by the way? Yeah, we're dead, man. Back-to-back shutouts for Corey Crawford as they outshoot us 42-18. Where were you when Blue Jackets were killed? We are dead in the water. 3 losses in a row. Outscored 6-0 over the last 2 games. Both of those games played at home, by the way. There's really nothing we can do lineup-wise. It's game 5. I'm proud of the boys for making it this far and screwing us out of a better draft pick. First period, 2-1. We scored! We scored a goal! We did it! Ryan Johansson. Where's the jersey? Where's the jersey? I have the Ryjo jersey. Where is it? The beautiful Marchand was over the top of it. As it should be. Let me just take care of some laundry here. Really quickly. Some beautiful laundry. The dream is alive. As long as I don't ruin this jersey trying to pull it off the rack without standing up. Something just hit the floor. I hate it here. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. This is worth it. This is worth it. Ryan Johansson. This is worth it. Come on, Ryan. Lead the way. Lead the way. I believe in you. Lead the way. Second period. We're dead. We're dead. 4-2. John Moore scored, but sharpened Carcillo. It's over. We still love you anyway, Ryan. Yeah, Patrick Kane makes it 5-2. Oh, goodness. Well, hey. Getting gentlemen swept by a team in the second round when we should have never made the playoffs. Still quite the accomplishment. But scoring one goal in our last 3 games, pretty humbling. Pretty humbling to say the least. 50, fair enough. It was a good season for us. The boys should be proud. But, yeah, no, this wasn't our year. That's what I thought was going to happen in the first round. Brassard and Nash did what they could. But, yeah, it wasn't meant to be. I mean, we have so many young guys on this team. It just wasn't meant to be. Our leading defenseman, I mean, yeah, we don't have a big-time point-getting defenseman right now. Even though they're all offensive defensemen. And then Steve Mason's numbers dropped quite a bit. Quite a bit, to say the least. So, it was a good run. Let's find out who's going to win the Stanley Cup in 2014. Is now the best time to trade Nash. I have been fielding offers for him. I didn't see anything. Ooh, good job. Thank you. Portland Pirates off to the third round. There weren't any trade offers I was particularly interested in. But if a deal does come up that we like, I will consider it. Chicago off to the Stanley Cup final. Don't know who they played, though. What's it going to be? Come on, Portland, win the Calder Cup. Show the Portland Pirates winning the Calder Cup, baby. Come on. We're going to get the extension. Yeah! The Portland Pirates. Fuck the Blackhawks. The Portland Pirates have won the Calder Cup. I miss them so much. I will never be over it. I will never, ever be over the AHL taking away my team. I will never be over it. Bastards. Bastards. I will never be over losing this. Sad arg noises. Fuck. Anyway. Why'd they move him out of Portland? So the AHL was undergoing the Western expansion. The Manchester Monarchs moved to Ontario, California, became the Ontario Reign. The Worcester Sharks moved out to California to become the San Jose Barracuda. They were moving a lot of teams that were affiliated with Western-based NHL teams over to closer locations. So the Portland Pirates... Yeah, the Springfield Falcons existed. They got moved, leaving a vacancy in Springfield. Springfield, as in Springfield, Massachusetts, is where the AHL headquarters happened to be. So my conspiracy is that they said, well, we have to have a team here. And grabbed the Portland Pirates and dragged them down south. And rename them the Springfield Thunderbirds. And everyone's like, ah ha ha ha, they do the Simpsons jerseys. That's fun. Is it? Fuck the Simpsons jerseys. Not the Simpsons, because legendary TV show. Watch Super Eye Patch Wolf's video about The Simpsons, by the way, the new one, about how it's actually kind of good again. Yeah, so whenever you hear me say, fuck the Springfield Thunderbirds, that's why. Because they should not be, like, it shouldn't have been the Portland Pirates who frickin' moved. Anyway. Let's take a 5-year deal with Columbus, baby, or a 4-year deal. That works. Obviously, we could move teams, but we're not going to. We're sticking with Columbus. Not even the right Springfield. I mean, the Simpsons have never... I don't think the Simpsons ever clarified what Springfield it is. Pirates are never coming back, though. They have an ECHL team in the same building. The old Maine Mariners. So yeah, Stanley Cup winners so far. Nashville, Buffalo, and Chicago. There you go. The Portland Pirates, though. This is now 2 games in a row. They won a Calder Cup in NHL 11 as well. So I'm happy about that. Let's see. What do we have for the individual awards? Ovi won the Art Ross and the Hart Trophy. John Carlson wins the Norris. Okay. Lady Bing the Parise. The Calder goes to Andrei Loktionov. Very nice. Very, very nice. Corey Crawford won the Conn Smythe. Cam Ward with the Vezina. Cam Ward won the Vezina. Selke goes to Sidney Crosby for the 2nd year in a row. Ted Lindsay to Ovi. Rocket Richard to Ovi. As for the record, too, Chicago ended up beating Carolina in Game 7 in the Stanley Cup Final. So there you go. There you go, there you go. And who did Portland beat? Charlotte Checkers via sweep. God. I miss them so much, man. So much. It's been a while since they've moved, and no, I will not get over it. All right. Well, we have an off season to get to, a draft to get to. We'll see how everything plays out for us here after a very interesting season. We're going to get the player retirements here, too, which, again, I'm not as worried about. We didn't lose anybody off our roster. Yager retired, but, again, pretty much with all these guys, it's like, oh, that guy retired. It's like, well, yeah, because they're retired in real life at this point. Like, it already happened, you know? So, just kind of is what it is. All right, the prospects game. We are informed about those 5 players. Good to know. Good to know. I think we still only have 1 phone. So that kind of sucks. I'm going to put the wants back to all draft picks. And just fully open up the block again and hope that it doesn't get screwed up because I don't know what's going on with that. But we are off to the NHL drafts where we have picks 15, 16, and 24. Not bad. Nobody's calling. Gotta be honest, it's probably too risky to try and trade up to get the number 1 pick from New Jersey. See, I knew someone was going to type it. It's probably not even possible. It would have to be all 3 picks and somebody off roster. Although, also, we have Nail Yakupov joining the team. If we use Jeff Schultz, David Jones, the LA pick, and the Calgary pick, Schultz is on an expiring deal. They're not going to take it, but I'll try it. Yeah. It's worth a shot. So we'll quick sim here. As far as I can tell,
trying to walk through this fucking grass.
How many? Shout out to Master Matt. Is it Master Matt Dubs? It's got to be. That name is just destroying my brain. Thank you for the follow. Anyway, I don't know how many of those dudes are real. Anyway, we do have back-to-back picks here. Ryan Olsen's real, so there are still a couple of options. Zombieland's the perfect Halloween time movie. Man, shout out to Zombie. Ooh, Kirby Reichel's in the draft. Shout out to Zombieland and the Bill Murray scenes. Incredible. So looking at the teams, we're looking at the players here and those that are projected to be drafted. I mean, Dubs, this is what we're doing. NHL 24 is in a bad way. So this is what we're doing. Playing a lot of older NHLs in the meantime. That is the plan. I feel like M. Messier is going to be good. You think? So we could go for Kirby Reichel. Again, I kind of hate it when players don't have pictures. But it is what it is. We could go for Kirby Reichel. Terry Trafford's there, which again is just a sad story that I don't want to be bummed out about every time I see him. There's a dude named Marcus Messier. I mean, his name is literally Mark Messier. That's incredible. We'll have to consider it. Levi Booz, Shane Daniluk. Picking in Mike Winther. Josh Hansen, Braden Cuthbert. There might actually end up being some dudes in this draft. There is this guy, Maxwell Russell, who actually looks pretty good too. Jason Seibert, Logan McVeigh, Chase Suoto, Pretty Gaudette, Nick Walters, Terrell Seaman, 7.5s across the board. That's not bad. Eric Waugh, who was a real player, obviously. Guillaume Jana, Raina Devlin, Dylan Corson, Liam O'Brien's still there. Patrick Walsh, Brock McGinn's still there. Andreas Athanasiou, Chris Tierney. All right, so there are still going to be some dudes. William Carrier. So it is kind of the question of, do we go after real players or start looking after the computer generated? In terms of goalies, Matt Murray is still there. Sans picture. Chris Drager. So if we look, nobody with a confirmed... Ooh. Brandon Hope has a confirmed athleticism of an 8.0. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Yeah, if we were to take a goalie, it would have to be Brandon Hope. Defenseman. It's going to have to be a confirmed 7.5. Eric Roy, I think it was Eric Waugh. I mean, it might have actually been Eric Roy. Has 7.5s across the board, which is very, very good. He absolutely needs to be a target if we go for the best available. Is there anybody else that can match that? Nick Walters is close. Derek Pouliot's in this draft, but he doesn't even have that confirmed. Okay, and then for forwards, it is a 1 to 10 scale, yeah. Frederick Peterson has a confirmed 8.0 in athleticism, 7.5s elsewhere. I think I know who I'm targeting here, then. They're saying 24 could be all-time bad. It depends on the follow-up for some of their other features, but it could be. Unfortunately, it could be. 2 7.5s for Maxwell Russell, which is also pretty damn good. It could be worth it more than Pedersen. We need to keep an eye on Maxwell Russell. Follow up as in Brent. What the hell do you think it means in regards to a video game? How much they support it throughout the game's life cycle and fix the issues. Whether or not you think that's going to happen, entirely different conversation, but Brian would be too big of a risk. Straight 7.5s for Terrell Seaman. Kirby Reichel doesn't look that bad. There are quite a few 7.5s. Right now, though, I mean, we have back-to-back picks. He's a little bit off the board, but he's the best of unavailable. Eric Roy. I'm going to take him as a defenseman. We're going to take either Peterson or Russell as a forward. I was hoping to be able to see that. Actually, they're both centers. Peterson is first round projected. Russell is first to second. Russell. Okay. So Peterson's got the athleticism. Russell has the offense and defense. They're the same age. Let's go for Frederick Peterson. Oh, let's see. Rich, I support genocide. There you go. Let's take Frederick Pedersen. And then we'll take the goalie. Clip it, Rich. Clip it. I did it for you, Rich. I did it for you. There you go. Did you not notice the sigh and knowing what you were doing? Bless your soul. You can't say bless your soul when I clearly played along with it. Don't you sit there and act like you got me. Don't you sit there and act like you got me. What the hell do you think the before saying it was for? You don't have to fool me to say I support genocide. Clip that. Yeah. There you go. Even better. Fucking 4K. Fucking got him. Let's take Brandon Hope. All right. Thank you, Rich. Thank you. Do we have any second round picks? We have 2 second round picks. Okay. All right. Still no trade offers. Fuck me. Okay. I'm not going to try to make any freaking deals then. We'll just leave it as it is. It's fine. Just double checking the names that went. So who do we have here? We got a couple of picks in a row. We could still look for the best available, or we could start taking guys like Andreas Athanasiou, William Carrier. I feel like we went try hard in the first round. Now we can just go for guys that would actually be fun to draft. So, Ozzy, what's going on? How many big name prospects did they underrate in this one? Not as many as 11. They got a little bit better at it for this game. But in a general sense, they didn't like handing out high ratings. So, honestly, is there another good goalie? 7'5". Going to be the best that you get. Alex Dubois, Matt Murray, Chris Drieger. You know, the best part is, too, I'm going to upload this to YouTube afterwards, and then I'm going to get copywritten or flagged and get a channel strike, and that'll be fun. That'll be fun. Not again. Well, the good thing is, like, we didn't clarify, you know? Or maybe that's the bad thing. I'm just going to keep digging myself a hole here. Don't worry. Derek Pouliot. Pavlovsky. Miroslav Pavlikovsky. Never mind. Isn't that bad? Maybe it was a good genocide. Maybe. Let's see. This is what we call... the comedian's trick, where you just keep saying a word until it just loses its offensiveness, at least in the context of the conversation. God. Yeah, screw it. Let's take familiar names. Let's go for Brock McGinn. Oh, I was going to try to double up for Athanasiou, too. Didn't quite work. I would take Chris Tierney, but... he's not that good in this game. Let's go for William Carrier. Again, go for some familiar names here. There hasn't been a single trade at this draft, by the way. We have 2 picks in the 3rd round. Could take Chase Clayton, but he's a total shot in the dark. Do we have anyone with good grades? or an overly familiar name. Not going to take Brendan Leipzig because he's a toolbox. Let's take Derek Pouliot. And then after that, there was Pavlikovsky. He's a pretty big risk, but let's take him too. We do not have a 4th round pick. Lord knows where it ended up. No one's making trades. It's going to be a boring trade or a boring draft. I was going to call it a trade deadline. It's not that. Round number 5. Got the Spiky L. What a name. Earl Niedermeyer. Dana Daze. It's not looking too good here. Go for like Russ Quirk as a pure shot in the dark. Do we have any familiar names at this point? Now might be the time to start looking. We have a defenseman named Jack Campbell. Dave Perron. That's not David Perron, though. Are we out of real-life players? We might be. I haven't seen a picture pop up for a long time. I think we have officially entered the generated player only part of franchise mode. We made it. So it's Pascal Dupre. It's not that bad. To take another goalie, it would have to be Dupre. Offensively, it's not looking too good. Not looking too good here. Shits and giggles. Akam Hilpert. Shot in the dark. Maybe you're actually that good. I highly doubt it, but what other choice do we have? There was a trade. I looked right past it, though. It wasn't to us, but we will also take... I guess Howard ended up going. Let's go for Milan Vlasic. Why not? And then we have 4 picks in the 7th round. Was the Bruins acquiring Jack Skilly, by the way? Was the deal that we missed? All right. Was Osplund 6'10"? I didn't look, but maybe. We're going to go for the guys that might have 8s in athleticism. Screw it. Screw it. Couple of forwards, couple of defensemen. Jyrki Asplund is 6'10". Let's take the big fin. Jyrki Asplund. Let's take one of the centers. It's either Bicek, who's a tough guy, or Carlson, who's a grinder. We'll go for Carlson because he might have better offense. We'll need a goaltender, if there is a decent one left. And the answer is not really. Maybe Jerry Hrishko. Or Christian Forster. Forster's got better height. Let's take Christian Forster. And our last pick of the draft. 2 tough guys and a defensive defenseman. Based off of grades, it's going to be Frederick Ackerman. So we do end up with a lot of players in the draft. Whether or not they're any good, well, we're about to find out. I'm not holding my breath, obviously. But it could be worth it. It could be. It could be. We do have some expiring contracts, too. So, to the contract screen for our goalies. Mason and Poulin are both RFAs. So was Martin Jones. And then Hope is a 73, 20 years old and a B-. Forster, good overall at that age, but not a good potential. So let's qualify Steve Mason, Kevin Poulin, and Martin Jones. We don't want to lose any of them for free. And we'll sign Brandon Hope to his ELC. Defensively, we're going to lose Jeff Schultz. I don't really feel like paying a defensive defenseman however much he's going to make when I don't have an elite offensive defenseman to pair with him. We'll qualify Nick Leddy. We'll qualify John Moore. Qualify David Savard. Cody Ceci needs to be signed. That B- potential. His ELC. Morgan Riley needs his ELC as well. As does Pavel Kozlov. We drafted previously. Don't know if we're going to sign Ryan Pulock just because he's got a C potential. Grant Weberman. Need to sign my boy Grant Weberman. Charles David Baudouin. We're not going to sign you. Yurki Asplund, unfortunately, is only a C potential. Absolute monster on his skates. His offense isn't going to get any better. His defense could get a little bit better. Not looking too good. Ryan Murray, Griffin Reinhart, Ackerman wasn't that great. Yeah, none of the guys we drafted, even Derek Roy, end up looking amazingly promising. Monster on the skates, monster in the sheets. That's a wicked rhyme right there, Rich. There's no way we're signing Derek Pouliot. Definitely not good enough. Ackerman. His athleticism isn't going to get any better. The guy can't really skate, so I don't think we're going to do much there. Griffin Reinhart. Can get a little bit better, but we'll go back. Maxim Mayorov, we can qualify. Jordan Caron, we can qualify. Qualifying offer as an RFA means that if they go to free agency and they get an offer that's big enough, you'll get compensation if you lose them. We're going to have to sign Tom Wilson. I don't think we're going to sign Sebastian Trudeau. He can only get better offensively. So I don't really mind if we lose Mr. Trudeau. But we do want to sign baby Tom Wilson. Left wings, Nail Yakupov up to an 81. Let's go. Let's go. He is ready for that rookie season. Chad Thibodeau is already regressing offensively. His skating is capped out, but he could be an amazing defender. But again, he can't skate. So, can't imagine we're going to sign Thibodeau. This Yak's better than the real one. It's true. Akim Hilpert ended up being a B-. That's not that bad. Hunter Shinkarik still a B-. Brock McGinn is already kind of capped out defensively, and he's a two-way forward, so that's not looking too good. Pavlikovsky, yeah, so it wasn't a great draft for us. This was not a great draft for us at all. Is Yakupov still 5'2"? 5'4". He grew 2 inches. He's now 5'4", 177 pounds. Look out. Big man on campus. Nail Yakupov. He's like 5'7" on skates, all right? For the record, in real life, Nail Yakupov in Elite Prospects is listed at 5'11". So maybe he's had quite the growth spurt in his 20s. Oh, Derek Brassard. I feel like I should stay loyal to Derek Brassard. If he'll go $4 million over 4 years, I'm willing to do it. See if he's willing to take that. Loktionov, we want to qualify. Reigning Calder winner. Peterson is a 76 overall. But he's not going to get any better than what he is now. That sucks. He pretty much immediately caps out as a fourth liner. Monahan's getting better. Trent Steckel. That guy's not getting any better either. William Carrier is not going to get much better. Chandler Stevenson. Sign him to his rookie deal. Alex Galchenyuk, same thing. Same thing. Okay. Let's move forward. Can I move forward a day from there anymore? You can do it in free agency. Yeah, but you can't do it from that screen until like recent years. It's really, really weird. And PK might be on the open market. Let's see. Hope Brassard's back. Yakupov, Kozlov, CC, Riley, Weberman, Galchenyuk, Wilson, Chandler, Stevenson. We have a full roster. Okay. So who can we remove from this roster? Unfortunately, Malcolm Subban went C potential. It is in terms of puck control. That means his rebound and shot recovery is not going to get much better. We might have to buy out Malcolm Subban's contract here. He is the top option to move on from right now, unfortunately. Defensively, we obviously have quite a few players that could be moved. We can't sign Riley or CC right now either. Fuck. Yeah, unfortunately, Twitch got rid of some of the old clips there, chat, so not all of them will be there. Man, we are like fucked on contracts here. Couldn't even sign Mr. Weberman. Grant, why is your defense got to be so mid as a DFD? What am I going to do with this team, man? I have too many players signed. And those RFA status contracts aren't helping. Yeah, I'm really going to have to kind of go through this roster to set this up. So this will take a minute.